for 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. Join Nebraska softball for another action-packed weekend on April 18th and 19th as they face Indiana at Bowlin Stadium. The top 25 ranked Huskers are hot and ready to show off their dominance in the Big Ten during this two-game series. Plus, Saturday is Kids Day. There will be family activities throughout the game and an egg hunt with the team after the final out. You won't want to miss this weekend at the ballpark, April 18th and 19th. For event and ticket information, head to huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Vershawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers. Well, it's true for heart health, too. Sprinkling in a few small changes can make a big impact on your heart health. Try adding a vegetable to your dinner or no salt seasoning. Looking for support in making these changes? Join a workshop to learn more about a healthy lifestyle. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska for more details. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom! In your face!
Lunchtime Friday. Happy Friday. Congratulations. You made it. You made it. You got through the tough week. and you got to Friday, so you get to exhale a little bit. Hopefully you had a great week and you are planning for a great weekend. If you are in Lincoln, there is a ton of stuff for you to do this weekend. We'll talk about that over the course of the 2 hours. 402-464-5685. Sartor Heyman, the Sartor Heyman text line. You want to be part of what we're doing? Hit us up. Me with a what's up. We'll talk about it. You can follow on all the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. If you have not downloaded the ticket app, please do so. Good time for it. We can do a Christian and Edge pose for the cameras. It is a WrestleMania weekend, but it is also a big sports weekend in Lincoln, Nebraska. Lots for you to choose from on this particular weekend. It starts today. And you'll have choices. Early choice, starting at 4 o'clock down at the Dillon Center. And Dillon sits right next to the soccer stadium. So it's in the same space. And based on the weather, on whether they play indoors or outdoors, I would imagine, I think they would like to try to play outdoors, but it has to be in those 2 or 3 hours, it has to be above 50 the whole time. 2 of the 3 hours, I think, is what they said, is what Cobalt said. But as Coach said on Wednesday, dress for the weather in case they're outside. So dress so that you're not shivering, and that the wind, which would probably be helpful to the Huskers against USC. But I think there's a 15-mile-per-hour rule, and I think we're right at the cusp of that. Earlier this morning, it was at 19 miles per hour. But I think it has to be, in order to play outside, it has to be under 15. So prepare for indoor and or outdoor tennis. Their doubles start at 6 o'clock. Then you can bounce down. There's softball at home, baseball at home, softball against Indiana, baseball against Northwestern, and circle this particular weekend for Husker baseball, an opportunity to find their way to 500, one game at a time. Fight your way to 500, one game at a time. And it's a big one tonight for them. For softball, for them planting their flag into the upper echelon of NCAA softball this season and trying to get wins that will make it so that the resume is attractive, that their momentum is strong heading into the Big Ten season finales and tournaments, etc., and then maybe getting a home series. It'd be nice to play at home. The weather should be nicer then to do that. So you have the opportunity. Rocky Russo and the Anderson Cup champion, regular season Cup champion, Lincoln Stars, they start round 2 of the playoffs. Round 1 brings them a winner in Sioux City, and they play the Musketeers at home at the Icebox tonight and tomorrow. I think it's tonight and tomorrow. I know it's tonight. I would imagine that they're going to play the first 2 at home. So you'll have opportunities this weekend to be supportive of Husker athletics. I think for all of them, the start times are kind of bunched together. So Lincoln, you'll have to make some choices, which is gonna suck a little bit, but that's okay. At least you have options to make choices. And I got all that out. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure that I could remember. I wanted to be sure to remember everything that was going on. Bach, first of all, folks, Bach, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Very, very excited for this weekend ahead. The NBA playoffs. I mean, we've got. I love these kind of play-in games. So you kind of have these somewhat game sevens or at least season on the line type of deals tonight. Then, as I know, we'll get into WrestleMania. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year. Of course, Easter also involved in that. So lots of family planning and exciting, egg hunting and all that. So it'll be a good weekend.
Yeah, it's there. Just a a programming note that the ticket will take Easter Sunday off. There will be no live programming. That we will run some replays, and we'll do some national stuff. And of course, we'll have Stars hockey, both nights. So that will certainly be a thing. Bill and Bennett, I am with you. Back in my coaching days, one of my teams went and had the Fatheads made. And they captured a picture. I don't know how they captured the picture. I'm a little frightened. Years later, that somebody captured me in the moment, and it is the DP roaring face. Right. It's the one, right? I'll find the picture and post it. But yeah, and then they all at the awards banquet, they all showed up with the Fatheads as they held on a stick that they held up. That might be the correct face to put on a in your face t-shirt.
Yes.
Either that one, or maybe wearing the Husker jersey and the helmet and just kind of giving the Lex Luger crab pose.
That's how you bring back I know this might bring back dark times, but the COVID era DP that was sitting in what was that, PBA?
Right. That one's still there. That one, actually, it is. There's one in my office here, and I have it hidden so that one DP is enough. You don't want to walk in, see me sitting at the desk, and then have another me behind you staring down at you. But yeah, maybe the other one's at home. So and it's actually on a wall at home, which people who come to the house are always abused by. So yeah, but Bill, I think that we're all for there. We do need a Bach and black shirt. So you guys have to figure out what that'll be. Or maybe a Bach nuclear heat. I root for the bad guys. I'm a Paul Heyman and heel guy there.
Once I got to look up Scott, I should know about it, but Scott Hall's line about bad guys.
Yeah, say hello.
Put it on there.
Say hello to the bad guy. Which is just, that was also another WWE programming masterpiece, was Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels, and they did a full the Sunday night show. Yeah, if you're a wrestling fan at all, on A&E. They do the Sunday night, and they started with telling the superstar stories, and they did two recently that just glowed for me. One, I had forgotten how amazing Ricky Steamboat was and is. And my time in Charlotte, you got a little bit closer to him. My time in Richmond, but how good Ricky Steamboat was. Ricky Steamboat. There was a time when Ricky Steamboat was the most over face in all of wrestling. And that for the three technicians that people talk about, that Ricky Steamboat is all of their favorite opponents. Like when Flair tells you, Macho spoke glowingly that Roddy Piper, that when they knew that when Ricky Steamboat was their opponent on the card, it was gonna be a fantastic show. And he could go an hour, and it was never a thing. But they also did a feature on rivalries, and they told the story of Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, and Razor Ramon. But they went back and told the Scott Hall story, getting to Razor Ramon, and then basically him pilfering Scarface. And people, and the fact that people didn't know that he was just stealing lines from the movie Scarface and using them in wrestling. And they were like, wait a minute. And there were people that thought he was Cuban. And he was like, no. There was also a show, there was a podcast, and they were redoing wrestling cards, but using the people's real names. Like they were. It was so good, Bach. It was so good because, like, I didn't know. Let me see if I can find it, because to have them tell these stories about these people, when you went, wait a minute, okay, and they would tell the story of the rivalry, and that their finishing move, and then you'd realize, well, wait, that's Pat Patterson. So they were talking about it. They went through that. Let me find the one that really just kind of set it off for me, because I just thought, from the Hall of Fame standpoint, because it's a Hall of Fame weekend, right? That Buddy Rogers, right? One of the greats, right? One of the GOATs, that his real name, and they said, just imagine trying to sell this card. Gorgeous George Raymond Wagner was Gorgeous George, who has Nebraska connection.
Yeah.
Right? In the you and I were having the conversation as well about the WWE Hall of Fame and Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. They're separate entities. And that there is another Nebraska connection in that we don't always talk about, by the last name of Stecker. So Joe Stetcher is a Nebraska local, and his son often pokes his head on the text line whenever we start talking about it. It was so Luthez, legend, like one of the iconic wrestlers, Aloysius Martiz.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Right? That he could have gone, right?
Yeah.
He could have gone with that. Of course, Andrei Rusmanov. But Ricky Steamboat's real name, and they said, man, you could have gone with that. His real name is Richard Blood.
Oh yeah,
right.
That'd have been a good one.
But that's a great heel name,
right,
not a great face name. So it was kind of interesting. Killer Kowalski. His real name was Edward Spolnick.
Sounds like a dentist or something.
Right? Like you're not really gonna, right? Like it's not the killer move. You can't do that. Of course, Terry Bollea, everybody knows this. Hulk Hogan. The Fabulous Moolah was Mary Ellen Ellison.
I kind of like that one.
Mary Ellen Ellison. And then there was a whole legion of folks who actually, used their actual name. But they went through it. It was pretty amazing to go through and have them sell it. And then it got into, of course, with WrestleMania weekend. A big part of it is the Hall of Fame induction, and this year's group going in. You and I were talking before the show, and we'll get into this year's card, right? But we were talking before the show, and there's some things around it. There are people who are not in the WWE Hall of Fame, and some of it, some of it is that there are people before the great merge, the great pro wrestling merge, that never crossed over, right? They never got to the WWE. And then there were these people who never got to work at WrestleMania. And you think about it, Bruno Sammartino never got to wrestle at WrestleMania. And then Bach, I did find the thing that I was looking for. There was these super cards that used to happen where they would cross over, and you would have the Omni in it, like they would travel. It would be the Cow Palace in California, then the Omni in Atlanta, maybe one of the baseball stadiums in New York, whether it be Shea or Yankee Stadium, sometimes RFK Stadium, where they would have these belt versus belt cards. And one of these days, I'd like to put together what the ideal card would have looked like if you crossed. Like, what would you do with Nick Bockwinkel? And like back then, you would have a card where the promoters would agree. We'll put these champions together. You can see them wrestle. You would never have one when I would imagine the agreement was that nobody loses. Like it's always a draw, but at least you got to see them together. I know that Bob Backlund and Flair did a few. I know that Bockwinkel and Flair did a couple. Then there were the regional ones like Mid-South. If you went down to Texas and the Von Erichs, Flair would be known to take the title down there. Harley Race would take the title down there and let them use it for a month while he had a surgery done, or he would let the Von Erichs wear it. Harley Race was exceptional bouncing around the country and allowing this thing to happen. But there were folks who didn't get in. And the first thing that popped up in this podcast was that The Rock's not in the Hall of Fame. And, WWE doesn't have it where, you have to stop wrestling to be in the Hall of Fame. There's some, belief to it. But if you're not full-time, right? The Rock, Batista, Bach, I'm going to say a name, and I want to know whether you think they should be in the Hall of Fame. We know that at some point The Rock and Batista gets in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, absolutely should be.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like that should be simple, especially being that you just put Luger in.
Yeah. Yeah, Luger's going in this.
Like Luger's going in. So, hey, you might want to honor honor Miss Elizabeth.
First lady of wrestling, right?
Still. Right? Like, I mean, has that changed?
I don't think so. I mean, you might add Stephanie McMahon into the
right. Like, how does that play? Like, okay, so if you were gonna, here's a challenge for you, Bach. If you're gonna open a woman's wing in the in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, so we know that Moolah, Wendy Richter, because they were, there's some other women from back in the day that Moolah had to carry. Boy, Bach, you want to smile and laugh? Go back and find some old Moolah Challenger matches. And boy, it is not the Charlotte Flair level of the game has changed. Bach,
it's not doing backflips from the top rope.
Bach. You can go back. Again, having this conversation with Haas and just laughing because you can't name, like, other than Wendy Richter, even if you're old head, and if you're an old head wrestling fan and you can name some of the women who got into the Hall of Fame, and there are a bunch. There's an actual wing in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. So yeah, Husker P. Yeah, Ricky Steamboat was amazing. Pecan Pie asked the question. He says, "What's the worst finishing move of all time?" I think it's Hogan's leg drop. The worst. I hate to be that guy, but what was Santino's
that snake?
Snake.
Yeah.
Like,
that's up there.
Like that and Sacco, because they're like the mandible claw, which became Sacco.
Yeah.
The mandible claw, I loved. Sacco, I not so much. Hogan's leg drop. I just thought that's it. Like Hogan, bear hug, throw hands.
Yeah.
Have something.
A lot of theatrics in the ring before.
Right, the build up, hulking out. But actually, and Hogan wasn't the first to hulk out. I mean, that was a Tony Atlas thing. Tony Atlas hulked out long before Hogan did. So I mean, Bach, what comes to mind?
Well, maybe just because it's thinking right away. I understand the Cody support. I love it. I think it's been a great move, and he's partially changed boxing. Wrestling with who's they've been able to put him over these last couple of years. I always feel the Crossroads is very underwhelming. It just doesn't look like a move. Looks like a standard wrestling move, and for some reason, we're supposed to believe that that's what takes people out.
Yeah. So Texas says Cena's finish is pretty lame. Yeah.
At least you're lifting somebody on your back, and
well, no, but you remember that you can't see me.
Yeah,
was the thing. Yeah, I didn't know, but I'm old enough. Us old wrestling heads remember the days of where literally small package was the finishing move of all champions. backflip. You roll them over and really?
Yeah, that's it.
And okay, show of hands from everybody. If you've ever put somebody in a sleeper hold, if you've ever, Bach, my friends, I can't tell you how many times in the neighborhood, at school, at practice, would literally just walk up and mock put somebody in the sleeper hole. And then, of course, and then, okay, since we do wrestling, the kick out is still the thing that wrestling purists hate the most. Because there are people who went to like high school wrestling thinking, hey, I can kick out.
Yeah.
There's nothing, Bach. If somebody wraps you up, there is no kick out. You're just prolonging the embarrassment. So, yeah, there's some bad finishers. Bill and Bennett says I had a Sacco shirt. Yeah. Jinder Mahal had a great finish. The Brooklyn Brawler. Oh yeah. Yeah, and yes, we put people. So moves that we've all done: sleeper, camel clutch, figure four. Like trying to figure out how to make it work, right? Bach, have you ever speared anybody?
Tried to, yeah.
Right. And if you're old enough, if you fake throwing a punch, you fake throwing a punch like the wrestlers did back in the day. Like it's a very short. I mean, it is the thing. The stunner is the stunner's in the stunner, diamond cutter, Goldberg spear, which was unique in its own. Like spears weren't. I mean, I think Roman Reigns' spear is actually better. The Steiners, the Frankensteiner. Like there's some ones, but it was dangerous. Literally, So there's some great finishers and some not so great finishers. We can continue this because it's WrestleMania weekend. DP Bach here on One on One.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Authentic Mexican food is not always easy to find, but you can find it in Lincoln at Tacos Los Hermanos. Their birria tacos are worth the drive from anywhere in town, but their chicken, chorizo, al pastor, and asada tacos are also worth the trip. You can also try any of those meats in a burrito or quesadilla. You won't find a better toppings bar in the area or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
Hey, I like your new car.
Thanks.
Could you stop at this coffee shop? I need a cup of joe.
Press that little red button.
Hey, an entire coffee machine just came out of your dashboard.
Yep.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska Lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Oh, that coffee is a little strong.
Press the blue button.
What's that?
Cream dispenser.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer. Usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77 for pioneers.
Out for Markinitis with an opening. Here he comes, Markinitis. He scores!
The 2025 Clark Cup playoffs are here. Join us at the Icebox for all the excitement as the Stars try to bring home their third Clark Cup. Head to USHL.com for a look at the playoff picture and upcoming games. Purchase your tickets for home playoff games now at LincolnStars.com or by calling the box office at 402-474-7827.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Cloudy, breezy, and cool here for our Friday. We're only going to manage 57 for a high temperature, but with north wind gusts up around 30 miles an hour, it's going to make it feel that much cooler here today. Tonight, we're going to stay mostly cloudy down to 38 for a low. For Saturday, sunshine, a high of 62 before we bring in some rain on Easter Sunday. I'm meteorologist Aaron Dowden for 93.7 The Ticket and TicketFM.com.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You guys are fire on the text line. You came up. It's WrestleMania weekend, and 2 nights, 14 matches. Bach, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we still got to figure out. I don't know if Randy Orton's going to do an open calendar, how he's going to figure into this, because I think there's 13, and then the 14th was supposed to be Orton and KO.
And KO. So seven bouts on each night. We need to go through the card. We'll get to that at 12 o'clock, and go through that. But the worst and best best finishes. And you're right. The people's elbow is lame. Lame. I kind of dug, as much as You Can't See Me, I disliked it. His other finishing hold was actually pretty good. So give Cena credit for having, like, that was the difference between him and Hogan, is that Hogan had the leg drop. Hogan he didn't evolve and have another thing. Like, I don't ever remember anything other than an accident and the leg drop.
Yeah.
Like, somebody ran into the turnbuckle and he grabbed him and rolled him up. Like, never saw Hogan do a spear?
I don't think so.
Right? You can go back and go back to Japan, Hogan. Hogan, when he was in Japan, he actually wrestled. Like, it was but he got here and they were like, nope. One, because he had to carry the thing, right? He had to carry the whole organization. And you could not risk him getting hurt, do less, better. Like, he was the captain of do less, better. Cena, you knew what you were getting. You knew it in order. You knew when the turn was going to be. You knew the friction, how much, what we admired about Cena was how much of a butt kicking he took before he would actually win the match. Kind of lame the way he won it, but okay. So, Bach, here are some of the ones that people suggested finishers, the best finishers. And so if we're going to have Bach, it's crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at the list. Okay. Curb stomp. Good or bad?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. They banned it for a while, but they've brought it back.
Pile driver.
Yeah, I like it. It's just, it's been used over the years.
Right? So do you consider the tombstone in that ilk?
Yeah, it's a little different if Kane or Undertaker's doing it,
Right. Choke slam.
Yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic. Like, generally works.
That's for the giant. The giant on the roster has to do it.
Right. Your thoughts on the Randy Orton punt?
I don't know about that. I mean, that's graphic. That's why they're bringing it back. Yeah.
That's when you know. That's when you know you made it. Is when Orton kicks you in the teeth, you are a star, my friend. You.
That's just one of those. There's like, don't try this at home. Don't try that at home.
But every kid in the backyard, there's certain moves that they all tried.
Yeah.
Like if you have two sons in the house of relative age, most of these things have happened in their bedroom or in your basement or in your backyard. Like, most of these things, think about it. For all of you with brothers out there, you and your best friend, me and my best friends, again, if we could have ever mastered the sleeper hold, we would have been kings of the neighborhood. Like, it'd have been, you just walk up to people, and we would do it in the hallway at school, and you just literally walk up to their face and just let them know, hey, don't mess around. I'll finish it. And then we all tried the figure four leg lock. We were trying to figure out, okay, where does the foot go? Where on the knee? What kind of pressure? And there was one basketball player I went to college with that actually was really good at it. And I went, okay, not messing with you because you enjoy inflicting pain. So it's the thing. It looks like in the way the cards have been laid out or the bouts have been laid out, so you have two world champions. You have WWE Championship, you have the World Championship. Then you have Intercontinental and US, you have women's, both brands, you have tag team. Are there two women's tag team belts?
I think there's just one women's, two men's.
Which I think that they may figure out.
Yeah.
Along that. And then just a bunch of grudge matches. But I wanted to go back, because and we'll go through in the next hour, we'll go through the list of the best matches, the best cards, the best moments. Because I want you texters to come with me down the journey if I said, what's the match or the moment that made you a WrestleMania fan? Like that you locked in and went, okay, I'm going to do this every year from here forward. And it could be the match or the moment, because some of the matches had many moments. Montreal Screwjob has its own space. Hogan and Andre, Hogan and Warrior, right? Hogan and Piper, right? That Hogan, for the first 7 years, he was WrestleMania. And when he was no longer WrestleMania, when he was being outperformed at WrestleMania, is when the transition to post Hogan started. It was like, okay, people aren't buying it anymore. We need fresh blood. So Warrior became the guy. I mean, you were so trying to figure it out that you turned Andre heel. So what moment for you, Bach? And we'll go to break to get back on schedule. But when we come back, I want, and text line, give me yours. Whether it's the match, right, or the moment, because the Stone Cold moment with blood running down his face only highlighted how good the match was. But there were no moments in Steamboat versus Macho that could compare to how great the whole story was and how great the match was. Cody, the story complete. Rock and Reigns together. Undertaker streak ended. Or the building of the streak. Taker versus Kane, any version, right? Triple H and all of his rivalries. Which one stands out? Because, quite frankly, they were all good. Heartbreak Kid versus Flair. Lesnar versus Angle, and two of the elite performers doing elite performer things together. So yeah, Bach, I'll ask you when we get back. What's either the match? You can give me the match and a moment, and text line, you can do the same. It's WrestleMania week. We're going to hang out and talk this up for the next 2 hours.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets.
The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena this Friday and Saturday.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Join Nebraska softball for another action-packed weekend on April 18th and 19th as they face Indiana at Bowlin Stadium. The top 25 ranked Huskers are hot and ready to show off their dominance in the Big Ten during this 2-game series. Plus, Saturday is Kids Day. There will be family activities throughout the game and an egg hunt with the team after the final out. You won't want to miss this weekend at the ballpark, April 18th and 19th. For event and ticket information, head to huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red. Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77th and Pioneers.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Spring is right around the corner, and now's the time to get your John Deere mower prepared for the grass to turn green. To get you ready, Acres reduced the price of its John Deere mower blades, filters, belts, and home maintenance kits by 15%. Gator UTV maintenance parts are also 15% off. Regular maintenance will keep your John Deere equipment going for years. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Offer expires May 31st, 2025. Visit your local Acres for details or go to acres.com to start shopping today.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, paint your face. Pump up the biceps. Tie some tassels on. Shine up the boots. Sprint to the ring. And then grab a microphone and make absolutely no sense. It's WrestleMania week. Bach, I asked you a question. I gave you options, kind sir. For you, sir, what's the moment or match or both that locked you in as a WrestleMania fan?
I'd have to say, I kind of came back to wrestling. So I think a lot of us kind of have this story of, loving it as a child, maybe phasing out of it a little bit and then kind of coming back to it. And when I came back to it, it was kind of part of the Daniel Bryan movement, which was a big movement. It was kind of exciting. So kind of in that era. But I think the most exciting WrestleMania moment that kind of really helped solidify. I mean, I was already kind of in on wrestling at that time, but the heist of the century, the cash in from Seth Rollins on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, which was supposed to be the big match, obviously. And early in the night, Rollins had beaten Randy Orton, so he kind of always thought, okay, well, there his WrestleMania moment's over, and then he comes out there. I think that's been tough to top until this previous last WrestleMania. I think it will also go down as an iconic moment.
There are those moments, right, where you go, okay, I'll circle this, and you don't realize then that it impacted you as much. And then I asked you, we were talking earlier as well, the moment, like if you had to describe to somebody who was not as familiar as you were about WrestleMania, if you could show them a video of a moment, and there's a whole series of them, and you just go, okay. And when WWE talks about WrestleMania, it has its montage of those moments. And then you go, for me, I'm old enough to have watched pre-WrestleMania super shows. To see Flair, Hogan, Andre, Billy Graham fly by helicopter into a football stadium to wrestle. You go, like, I don't know everything about this, but this is really cool. Like, okay, this dude, so really, like, you got a private jet to fly. You got a small plane to fly you into the wrestling match. Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. And there are days prior to, so WWF had 3 super shows at Shea Stadium. And 72, 76, and 80. So every 4 years, they would go to Shea Stadium and have these super cards, these super shows. And I panicked because I thought, in retrospect, these cards weren't as good as I thought they were. Like I went back and went, okay, so I need these cards, right? So imagine, and this is what I remember. So think of the hype of pre-social media, like cable TV is just sorting itself out. But the main event for the second Super Show, 1976, that Baron Miguel Cicluna, who, for old wrestling heads, he may be the GOAT of jobbers. Like he and Tony Garea wrestled in every small gym in America. Like every high school gym that hosted wrestling back in the 70s saw Baron Miguel. There's a group of like 6: Johnny Rods, Jose Estrada, the Brooklyn Brawler, later 80s, but Baron Miguel Cicluna, Tony Garea. They were in every high school gym wrestling for 500 people.
Oh, yeah.
And then they got to be on TV and you would just go, okay. But Ivan Putski, Polish Power, against Baron Miguel Cicluna opened the Super Show. Then Jose Gonzalez versus Kevin Sullivan, Chief Jay Strongbow, and Billy White Wolf, another native wrestler we don't talk about much, but Billy White Wolf had his run as the Native American face for wrestling after Chief Jay Strongbow and before Jay Youngblood. But then here are the 3 matches that featured this thing and allowed them to sell massive amount of tickets at Shea Stadium. Bach. You know the name Chuck Webner? Chuck Webner is basically the North Star for Rocky.
Okay.
Right? Boxer.
Yeah.
And Chuck Webner was put in a singles match with Andre the Giant.
Oh, boy.
Andre the Giant versus Chuck Webner.
It's kind of like when they did Floyd Mayweather and Big Show. Then I guess.
Well, this is 1976.
Yeah, well before.
Right.
Yeah.
The WWF Heavyweight Championship was Bruno Sammartino versus Stan the Lariat Hansen, which would have filled every building in America at the time, right? That would be like this year. That would be, except any other year. That's the main, that would be the marquee event. Except at this event, it's boxer versus wrestler. That was the theme. Remember, Andre versus Webner, but also Antonio Inoki versus Muhammad Ali. 45 minutes of Muhammad Ali on his back kicking at Inoki was just like they kicked. He was on his back and he just kicked. And there was no, like they weren't really going to battle. And then 4 years later, the final of the three before WrestleMania took effect. Here's the card. I'll go through it quickly. Jose Estrada and Angel Maravilla was the opener. Another of the great of the Jobber Hall of Fame, Dominic DeNucci, defeated Baron Miguel Cicluna. Tatsumi Fujinami was the WWF Junior Heavyweight Champion who beat Chavo Guerrero Sr. They beat Dad for the belt. Antonio Inoki beat Larry Sharp, who is still funny to me that he was a superstar because there is nothing superstar about Larry Sharp. Bob Backlund and Pedro Morales tag team together. Two future Hall of Famer and world champions tag team together to defeat the Wild Samoans for the tag team championship. Pat Patterson defeated Tor Kamada. There was actually a wrestler named Tor Kamada. Pretty scary. The Fabulous Moolah and Beverly Shea defeated Candy Malloy and Peggy Lee. Couldn't identify him in a lineup. Greg Gagne defeated Quick Draw Rick McGraw. Tony Atlas defeated Ken Patera, world's strongest man at the time. Ivan Putski, Polish Power, beat Johnny Rods. Again, Johnny Rods, Jobber Hall of Fame. Somehow he's in the top. Also in the Jobber Hall of Fame, Rene Goulet. Then the two featured bouts of the evening, Andre the Giant defeated Hulk Hogan before. This is, see, when people talk about Andre and Hogan, they pinpoint WrestleMania 3. No. These two were at Shea Stadium in an 8-minute bout between Hogan and Andre. Andre won that match. And then the feature for that one, which drew everybody, the entire world was watching, was Larry Zbyszko versus Bruno Sammartino. And Larry Zbyszko, prior to NWO heel turn, one of the biggest heel turns of all time. Of all time. You wanted to, like, if this had happened during social media, Larry Zbyszko turning on Bruno Sammartino, who was his mentor and his trainer, is still a moment that, like, if you're an old school wrestling fan, you remember watching Saturday morning, watching Zbyszko turn. And then they all showed up in full numbers at Shea Stadium to watch Bruno beat up Zbyszko.
Do you remember, were these on cable television or pay-per-view?
Yeah. Well, this one was like an old-fashioned pay-per-view. You had to go to a movie theater.
Oh, okay.
But then they ran it. They ran like highlights of it. Back then, again, gather around, kids. Uncle DP's telling wrestling stories. That you would get one live show from Madison Square Garden on USA once a month on Monday night. So this was before Monday Night Raw, but you got one, and it was Bach. It was everything because you got, and then cable did this. So WOR. TBS gave you Georgia Championship Wrestling, which was NWA, right? And they kind of worked with Mid-Atlantic and South, Big South Wrestling. And you got bit and parcel. You got some of the Midwest from AWA because ESPN picked up AWA with Nick Bockwinkel, Vernon, Greg Gagne, Jumping Joe Brunzell. Like, you got some of that. But when the WWF gave you the live Monday night, that's the snooker on the top row, on the top of the cage on a Monday night, and the whole wrestling world losing its mind.
Oh, yeah.
Because we hadn't seen it. The introduction, some crossover, Dusty Rhodes. You can find online the early Ric Flair, the pre-dye job.
Oh, yeah.
Fit Ric Flair.
Yeah.
He was a chunky monkey, man. He was he was there. So there's lots to it. We'll get to this year's WrestleMania card as well. We'll refresh your memory because we want you to bounce around Lincoln and support whether it's the Stars, the Husker softball, Husker baseball, Husker tennis. Find your way, find something to do, get out and support these teams and these athletes as well. DP Bach, one-on-one on the ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's becoming a wild ride in the car market these days, but Koppel wants to let you know and assure you that we are staying the course with our usual pricing model. We've still got huge discounts and low interest rates, so let's get after it. We've got over $12,500 off list price or 0% APR right now on select new vehicles. New and pre-owned, our lots are full, so now's the time to buy. Please stop on in the dealership or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G187747. All deals with roof credit.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather.
Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Cloudy, breezy, and cool here for our Friday. We're only going to manage 57 for a high temperature, but with north wind gusts up around 30 miles an hour, it's going to make it feel that much cooler here today. Tonight, we're going to stay mostly cloudy down to 38 for a low. For Saturday, sunshine, a high of 62 before we bring in some rain on Easter Sunday. I'm meteorologist Aaron Dowden for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys, you'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Runners, are you ready? The 48th Annual Lincoln Marathon takes over the streets on Sunday, May 4th. Whether you're chasing a personal best, conquering your first race, or just in it for the bragging rights, this race is for you. Sign up for the full or half marathon today at lincolnmarathon.org, but don't wait, spots are filling fast. Join thousands of runners or line up along the course to cheer them on and make race day unforgettable. The Lincoln Marathon and Half Marathon, your finish line is waiting. Register now at lincolnmarathon.org. Join Nebraska softball for another action-packed weekend on April 18th and 19th as they face Indiana at Bowlin Stadium. The top 25 ranked Huskers are hot and ready to show off their dominance in the Big Ten during this two-game series. Plus, Saturday is Kids Day. There will be family activities throughout the game and an egg hunt with the team after the final out. You won't want to miss this weekend at the ballpark, April 18th and 19th. For event and ticket information, head to huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
League One Volleyball just wrapped up its first season in Omaha. The team returned home as league runners-up thanks to Olympic medalists and former Huskers Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes. Stay on the lookout for more action from more former Huskers, including Lexi Rodriguez, Lauren Stivrins, and Maddie Kubik-Banks in year 2. You can renew your season tickets or secure your seats for the first time by visiting lovboma.com. Don't miss your chance to watch even more Olympians, national champions, and former Huskers take the court for Love Volleyball Omaha in 2025. Volleyball is the next major league.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom! In your face! Lunchtime on a Friday. Appreciate you hanging out, filling in for Carricker on a Friday. He's with the family. Happy birthday, Carricker family. I know they're getting together and celebrating and loving each other. Shout out to FedEx dude out front doing his thing. Appreciate you. You can be a part of what we're doing. 402-464-5685. Sartor Hamann text line. Text in. You have been active. I need to get back to some of those texts as well. Appreciate it. We're live on all the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. And please download the Ticket app so you have it locked in on all of your devices, however you consume your streaming. Easy way to do it. Bach, sir, it is a powerful weekend. Lots going on in Lincoln. We just got notification that Sunday's Husker baseball game against Northwestern has been moved to Saturday in a doubleheader. So if you have tickets for Sunday's game, they will be good for the second game of the doubleheader. It says the ticket for Saturday's game is good for both games, while ticket holders for Sunday's game can exchange their tickets for general admission seating to one of the remaining regular season games as well. So while the season lasts. And so there's not that many home games to deal with it. First pitch, Saturday moved up to 1 o'clock, while the finale will be played 45 minutes approximately after the finish of the 1 o'clock start game. So they're expecting weather on Sunday. There is no softball on Sunday, so that is not necessary. Tennis, if weather is inclement, I would imagine that they move indoors at the Dillon Center as well. I would imagine they're going to be indoors today against USC. Number 30, I think they're ranked 38 in the country currently, Husker tennis. Peter Cobalt was in Wednesday asking folks, again, free admission. Sunday, they're giving away pizza. They've got gift giveaways on both Friday tonight at 6 o'clock and Sunday at noon. Two prominent programs coming in, two of the best programs in the country in tennis. USC tonight at 6 o'clock, first serve in for the doubles teams, and then Sunday at 12 noon against UCLA. And this is a year where UCLA is actually ranked ahead of USC, and these are the first meetings between Nebraska and these programs. So Go out and support these Huskers. They are on a consecutive match win streak on the road in the Big Ten. They've won 7 Big Ten matches this year. So 14-7 is their current record. It's the old adage, if the tournament started today, the NCAA tournament started today, they would qualify. They imagine that there's some moving, sliding scale and a number somewhere between 44 and 47 of teams that will get in. Huskers currently ranked 38, but again, you've got 2 top 25 teams in your back door for this weekend. So go out and support Husker tennis. Find them, get yourselves there. If you're not up for that, expect to see you down at the Icebox as the Lincoln Stars, Rocky Russo, and the Anderson Cup champion, regular season champion, Lincoln Stars take on Sioux City tonight and tomorrow. Tonight and tomorrow. I don't think they're going on Sunday. Against Sioux City, but go tonight, get it in, and we'll get more information. Bach, check that for me because I think it's back to back.
So yeah, they've got April 18th and 19th in Lincoln here.
Yep. So tonight, tomorrow. If the weather's bad, you just go indoor at the Icebox. It's a whiteout tonight. Stars gear is pretty cool. I've got a white jersey and a black jersey. I probably need a blue jersey. Shout out Rocky Russo, blue jersey. Bach, do you have a Stars jersey?
I don't think I do.
Okay, we need to work on that.
Yeah, those are very cool. They all have done a really good job with their jerseys.
And they do a lot of like special alternate jersey nights.
Yeah.
And then they raffle off a lot of the game worn stuff. So pretty cool. So if you're looking for something sports wise to do in Lincoln this weekend, there's tons going on. And then next weekend is a pretty big weekend as well. I would imagine some folks are going to Kansas City because the UFC and the WWE have partnered up for an entire weekend of events. Pretty good card. Omaha's own Anthony Lionheart-Smith will be in the co-main event, his final bout as a pro. So go out and support the Husker. And he's a huge Husker football and basketball fan. He's around the programs a lot. Of course, he follows Husker wrestling. He's tight with the guys. But he will be there, and I know that some of the other Nebraska wrestlers will be at that event in support. Pretty good card as well. And then, of course, Friday and Monday after WrestleMania in Kansas City. So Bach, we may have to suck it up and make the drive.
Yeah.
Just listen. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
That's not too long of a drive,
right? Like I think that's fair. I think we could possibly. You think Maria would let you come out and play?
I think so. I'll have to ask her, but yeah probably.
Hey, can Bach come out and play? It's close. It's not Omaha, but okay. And then May 3rd, Dynasty Combat over at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And of course, Bubba Wilson makes his pro MMA debut, along with several of the Menor brothers are going to be there. So it'll be a pretty good fight night at Pinnacle Bank Arena May 3rd. Tickets are available. Use Bubba as your code and you get a discount. So pretty good stuff. Simple's number one fan. He's ready to watch Cena make history. Text line. Tell me, see, this is where it always gets interesting for WrestleMania. And Bach, let's go down the card. Let's go down the full card. Because I think that's the easy way to kind of set up the next question for folks, because I want to know who they want to see win. And then you have to tell me why. But Bach, this card, scale this card for me. 1 to 10, 10 being elite WWE WrestleMania card. What number would you give this?
Well, I know there's a lot
in advance.
Yeah.
Like you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know what the result's going to be, but at least you can look at the matchup.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty top heavy. If I'm going to be quite honest, I mean, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, that's going to be pretty iconic. And then how do you set up, Cody Rhodes and John Cena? Much better than John Cena going for the all-time record. And Cody Rhodes kind of the most over wrestler in the last couple of years. So I think it's top heavy. From there, I'm not as impressed with some of the other matchups that they've put together. Not that I won't be entertained, but just, comparatively to other WrestleManias. So I think it's top heavy, but I'd still kind of put it probably up at a 8.5 because of how good these top matches are.
Okay, so we're gonna rank the matches. One, we have to put Orton versus whoever at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom. Are you more excited to watch Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano more than whoever Randy Orton is wrestling?
But that's one of those surprises. I love Rey Mysterio. I love the fact that he's getting a match. El Grande Americano has just come on the scene the last couple of weeks. It's kind of a fun, this is more of a fun type of match than to be taken too seriously. So yeah, I'm more excited to see who Randy Orton's open challenge is probably a little more exciting.
Where would you put Jade Cargill versus Naomi?
This is one of the blood feuds, right? This is one that they've boiled up. Long-term storytelling has been really good in this one. I feel like it could have been better had they not pulled Bianca Belair out of it. I think that, a triple threat there would have been great. And then I wouldn't say the top heavy stuff that I was saying earlier. KO and Orton, if they were able to go, I think that was one that they built really well. So I'm still intrigued by it. It's just, it's going to be hard to watch and think, and the whole time think, I wish Bianca Belair was involved.
It really, I think that's the best of the three. Not sure, but yeah, that's kind of where it lands for me. This is where it starts to get dicey. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. That's the best of the four, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good one, and it's the one that they're calling a Sin City street fight. So anytime you put a stipulation like that into it, I think it makes it a little bit more exciting.
Thanks, Vegas.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vegas.
For those that aren't, I mean, I guess if those names don't ring to you, these are kind of the up and comers. Although they're both like 38. I mean, that's what wrestling is. But these are names that could maybe headline WrestleMania down the line.
Like this could have been.
Yeah.
And I think this is where, in a normal year, Cargill versus Naomi would have more juice because they would have put more into it, right? All of the ones we've mentioned so far have been almost thrown away because there's so much sauce being put on these other entrees.
Yeah.
And that these legitimate, I mean, you're talking about, these are all non-title bouts. So in that fold is AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I think this one has, this is the thing. Which one's going to be the better bout? AJ and Logan or Drew versus Priest?
Boy, I love Drew McIntyre, especially if they give him a mic. So I don't know if he'll get much of that.
You never know what you're.
Yeah.
He really is the Forrest Gump of wrestling microphones. Because you never know. Like, he'll come out some nights and just be angry rage. Then it's just, okay, I'm a psychopath. And then, no, I'm a comedian. I'm doing stand-up. And guess what you get tonight, folks? You get funny, Drew.
I think I like that a little bit more, though. I know people might not like Logan Paul for whatever reasons, but he's really good in the ring. I'll give him that. And AJ Styles is good in the ring. So I think this kind of depends on what you like. If you like big guys, Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest is your thing. If you like small guys flying all over the place, AJ Styles and Logan Paul could be it.
Those are the non-title bouts, right? Those are the non-title bouts. So then you get into the title bouts, right? And I'm intrigued, Bach, because I don't know. WrestleMania is kind of the re-GPSing of pro wrestling for the next 6 months. And so more than ending the story, it's almost writing the next story. So in that fold, let me stage it this way. Door one is the Intercontinental Championship with Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Penta, and Dominic Mysterio. And in door two, it's Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Which door are you going in?
I've got to go into Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. That thing has been interesting. I thought it was the buildup was a little bit weak to begin with, and then they took the gloves off and got personal. And so we'll see. I still think Tiffany has a long way to go as far as catching up to be the wrestler, obviously, that Charlotte Flair is. But I think that's kind of the idea, is maybe she could be that maybe down the line. We'll have to wait and see. She has the athleticism. She needs to work a lot more on the mic and stuff like that. But
Terrible boyfriend choice.
hey, and I love her boyfriend.
I know you do. I'm just like, come on, Tiffany, tell your dude to do leg day, man. Come on.
He's skinny as well.
Come on. Also in that fold, so let's say that Tiffany and Charlotte are in one door. In door 2 is LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, which can be the match of the night.
Yeah. I'd probably still go with Tiffany and Charlotte, but man, I think Jacob Fatu's WrestleMania debut. I mean, this might be a guy that a mainstay on WrestleMania is moving forward. He's just got a lot. We'll see what they kind of do with him. LA Knight is just as intriguing because he was over as anybody about a year and a half, and they've kind of sat on him in this U.S. title picture. And I don't know. It's kind of to the point. I think it could be a really good one, but kind of the movement.
He was
cooled off a little bit.
He was
Uso. Yeah.
He was yeet big, man. He
yeah,
was
that's right.
Yeet big, and they did a thing. Can I ask who you think Orton's opponent's going to be? Who do you want to be, and who do you think it'll be?
Well, I really hope it's not Solo Sikoa. I think that's the kind of a boring choice that they might go with. I'm hoping that it's a returning Rusev because I've seen Rusev is basically coming back as Rusev, and I think that'd be a good.
Is he bringing his wife?
Match. I hope so. I don't know.
He's bringing a lot. In that space, right? That you started to identify the U.S. Championship with Knight and Fatu. You've got the Intercontinental title with Breakker, Penta, Balor, and Mysterio. And I think the devaluing is the fact that you're using the Intercontinental title and it's not for the title. It's not about the title. Like you're telling other stories, and I'm a little worried about it. But that's just me. Can I ask you, do you need Io Sky in this next bout? Is it with Bianca, Ripley, Io Sky? Where does that one fall in line for you versus Tiffany and Tiffany and Flair?
Yeah, again, I just feel like I feel like this is kind of thrown together. Rhea Ripley had a great year. I think they should have had something planned for it. And if the plan was just Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, then I'd be happy. That's you set it up right, and I think it'd be good. Io's just kind of been thrown into the middle of this. They've really in programming kind of hyped up the fact or underscored the fact that she's kind of the odd one out. The other two are kind of going at each other. So no, I don't need her. I don't necessarily. I'd love Io Sky. I don't need her in this match.
The tag team championships with Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bailey versus and Lyra, or the War Raiders versus New Day. Which one are you watching?
I would. I think.
I know you're going to get like a beverage.
Yeah.
Like this is when you go get Pepsi
Yeah.
and popcorn. But if you have to watch one, which one is more intriguing to you?
I say, yeah, neither one of these are probably going to be talked about too much the week afterwards, but we'll see. I think Liv Morgan, along those lines I was saying earlier, has been one of the best wrestlers of the year. I would have had something much better for her at WrestleMania. But her and Raquel Rodriguez against Bailey, at least, Bailey's at least one of the kind of part of one of the movers in the women's movement, I should say, over the last decade. So at least you've kind of got that. I'm at least intrigued by that. New Day's like they've really cooled off the heat that they had at one time. And War Raiders, I think, are good live. I don't know if they should be holding the belt.
Just not interested, right? Just not interested.
Just not interested.
We'll throw it a break. When we come back, we'll get Bach. There's 3 big bouts. We need the Bach breakdown, and I need for him to rank these 3 bouts. And then he's going to tell us how he thinks they finish. Because there's 3 bouts that are making all the money. You could remove every other bout. These 3, you could sell out any building in America, in the world. We'll talk about those 3 when we come back to the ticket.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena this Friday and Saturday.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Crash together. So close.
And family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We've got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer. And barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com, because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow-smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
League One Volleyball just wrapped up its first season in Omaha. The team returned home as league runners-up thanks to Olympic medalists and former Huskers Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes. Stay on the lookout for more action from more former Huskers, including Lexi Rodriguez, Lauren Stivrins, and Maddie Kubik-Banks in Year 2. You can renew your season tickets or secure your seats for the first time by visiting lovboma.com. Don't miss your chance to watch even more Olympians, national champions, and former Huskers take the court for Love Volleyball Omaha in 2025. Volleyball is the next major league. Join Nebraska softball for another action-packed weekend on April 18th and 19th as they face Indiana at Bowlin Stadium. The top 25 ranked Huskers are hot and ready to show off their dominance in the Big Ten during this 2-game series. Plus, Saturday is Kids Day. There will be family activities throughout the game and an egg hunt with the team after the final out. You won't want to miss this weekend at the ballpark, April 18th and 19th. For event and ticket information, head to huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Just for the funk of it, nothing can stop us now. WrestleMania weekend and 2 nights of wonderful entertainment. As a matter of fact, it's such a big, it is the number 6 most valuable sports brand in the world. So of all the events that exist, all the sporting events, Super Bowl, NBA Finals, World Series, etc., WrestleMania sits above. It actually generates more revenue than the Daytona 500, a Champions League, not Olympics. It's behind Olympics, behind the Super Bowl. It is above March Madness. It is behind some other weird one.
College football playoffs?
I
don't know if you include that or just the championship.
Yeah, like the way they branded it, the way they set up branding. Okay, so this is what it said. World Series is 10. Games spread out over time, different cities. Daytona 500 is 9. College football playoffs, 8. The Champions League, 7. WrestleMania, 6. Final Four, 5. FIFA World Cup, 4. And then the usual suspects, Winter Olympics at 3, Summer Olympics at 2, and the Super Bowl at 1. So when giving time and interest and energy to WrestleMania, it is way up there in financial value, revenue streams. They will do more in concessions than several of these events combined. And Bach, if you have not gone to their website and looked at their WrestleMania gear, I paused. Oh, Bach. So it's this year's WrestleMania is in Vegas. So of course, all things are done bigger in Vegas. And plus you have Friday night SmackDown. and then wherever you are Monday night. But this is where, and then the Hall of Fame events, they will make so much money in concessions for swag, for gear. They have jerseys. They have pullover baseball jerseys, button-up baseball jerseys, basketball-style jerseys. They've got jean jackets. They've got satin coats like the starter jackets.
Nice.
They got Bach, the hoodies, the hoodies. There is a black and white WrestleMania 41 hoodie, split down the middle, black on one side, white on the other. And I was just like, shut up and take my money. They have hockey jerseys, WrestleMania hockey jerseys, Bach, full sweater with the strings.
Man.
And
Those
we
are
don't even
pretty
get into
penny.
we won't even get into the hats. The hoodies were, air quotes for radio, reasonable.
Yeah.
The jerseys were all 3 figures, like they were all 100 plus.
Yeah.
But you actually have to pause and make the decision. Like you see them and you go, yeah, I would wear that. I would wear it. And that's the question. Would I wear it? And then do I want to spend that amount of money to wear it or to buy it? And sometimes I'll buy it because I want to wear it later. I don't necessarily want to wear it now. And I don't want to, as PCU says, don't be that guy. I don't want to wear it at the event.
Yeah.
Like don't be the guy that wears the shirt of the band you're going to see in concert. But I would imagine half the fans attending, and they're expecting 100,000 plus, that half of them will spend at least $100 on gear. That's just doing a thing, like getting one thing.
Yeah.
And if you're taking your son, there's no way you're just going to get a thing.
Yeah. If you're going to WrestleMania, might as well buy a few.
They're getting in that money. They're getting in that wallet. There's no. Plus, they've got. They did their thing. So shout out to WWE. They're really good at the marketing side of it. The hoodies are fantastic. They're so sweet. But you're going to spend $40 on a t-shirt, $70 on a hoodie, $99 on a jacket, $109 on the jersey. I'm your.
You will.
I'm your. When I say you're gonna buy, yeah, I'm your. There's no. I looked at it, Bach. I literally had the conversation I need to have with Becky in my head first.
Practice it out.
Like, sound it out, Derek. Sound it out. Make sure you get it right. The three big bouts on this on this weekend, and it was interesting to see how it was going to play out, because I still don't know like who opens on both nights and who closes on both nights. So Bach, you can pick any of the matches that we've already talked about and open one of the nights, and I would imagine that it's tomorrow night 1, and then 2 of these 3 left are going to be the main event, and 1 will be your day 2 party starter. So Bach, talk to me. It is Cody versus Cena, Reigns, Punk, and Rollins, Gunter versus Uso. What do you do?
I think you start off with Gunther Uso. I mean, the opening for WrestleMania has got to be big, and this is the other than the matches. Like you said, this is probably the 3rd biggest match they have. That's what I would start it off with, and it also gets you going with a bang. Gets the energy. You have the yeet movement. Everybody's excited. I don't think there's any way Jey Uso loses this one, especially if it's the opener. But so I mean, I think that would be how I would start: is get everybody going in a good mood with what they want out of the gate.
You literally just said a thing that the idea of Jey Uso not winning this thing might send me into an emotional spiral, a negative spiral. Like, why are we here? Like, you're gonna on the big but there is the part of me that understands that if they decided to make Gunter the super villain, right?
This would put a lot of heat on him.
Right, like you didn't build this up because maybe Jay's not the guy to take the strap from Gunter. Maybe this is a Roman Reigns. Maybe this is a Lesnar. Maybe this is a Seth. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. But I do not want. Bach. I will be punching ghosts. I will be throwing hands at imaginable. There are people that won't even be in the room that I'm going to throw hands at if they allow Gunther to win.
Well, I mean, the more you've got to talk to me there, the more I might believe that maybe it could be a possibility because it would put so much heat on him. And then the other thing is last year was kind of like the payoff WrestleMania. All the good guys win. Everybody's excited. If you started this year with Gunther beating Jey Uso, everybody would just be like, what is going to happen this year? What is going on?
Like, seriously, what would you... Bach, I would lose. Listen, I would be a grown man shouting at the sky.
That's right.
Like, what are you doing? What are you... So which of the other titles? So is the women's title? Is it the Intercontinental title? The U.S. title? What opens night 2?
I think they should open night 2 with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. That's another match that's near the top of the card. Probably, close to the women's match of the year. They could have put Tiffany and Charlotte in this one, but they did that, and they're putting that one toward night 1. So to me, that's another opener. I like my best matches at the top and at the bottom of the card.
So, but isn't that a statement that, quite frankly, the reaction to Charlotte last week may have signed that deal for them that, nope, not opening with you.
Yeah.
Not going to nope, not going to do it. Not the way we want to just walk into hey, we're having a party, open the doors, and crickets.
Yeah.
Like crickets, and just go, oh, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Night 1 main event. Talk to me, Bach. Night 1 main event.
Yeah, so Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, I think, and then you're going to have Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner, as we're told. I mean, we'll see. There's still the SmackDown tonight. We'll see kind of how this all plays out. He supposedly owes Seth Rollins a favor. I always kind of think is what are you going to get out of this? And this could be a match that you were saying earlier could kind of bleed into programming moving forward rather than just kind of putting a pin on this past year because there's so many interesting outcomes that could come out of it. But if you just go for a moment, who needs this? I don't think this necessarily would be on the top of Seth Rollins' mantle. I don't think this would necessarily be on the top of Roman Reigns' mantle. But CM Punk has wanted to main event a WrestleMania and to win this match. I think especially with whoever's corner Heyman starts out with is not where he's going to finish. So I can't say especially with Heyman in his corner. But I think Punk comes out victorious.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with that. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's intriguing.
I don't know. Burying any of these three just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And it's not like a one-on-one. You can't, to be the guy who gets pinned.
Yeah, someone's got to take the pin.
And there's no way, right? You can't have a no decision to close out night 1.
No.
Unless it's a jaw dropper. That's the only way to send everybody out and to buy the rest of the tickets for night 2. Night 1 has to close on a OMG moment.
Yeah.
We don't know what the OMG is. Fuck.
Tough to say.
We will throw it back. We'll come back. We'll talk about the main event. The main event, Bach. Night 2, the encore, the stand and bow, and then what? What? What's the what, Bach? What's the what? We'll get Bach's answer when we come back.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Saturday, Everton plays Man City at 9 a.m., followed by Aston Villa versus Newcastle at 11:30 a.m. On Sunday, Man United plays Wolves at 8 a.m., with Ipswich Town versus Arsenal at 8 a.m. as well. Liverpool currently leads the standings with 76 points. You can find all this and more at McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket, your place for English Premier League soccer.
Hey, it's Chad with Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the #1 selling complete post-workout product, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out, exercises, or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today, try a free sample, or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Runners, are you ready? The 48th Annual Lincoln Marathon takes over the streets on Sunday, May 4th. Whether you're chasing a personal best, conquering your first race, or just in it for the bragging rights, this race is for you. Sign up for the full or half marathon today at lincolnmarathon.org, but don't wait, spots are filling fast. Join thousands of runners or line up along the course to cheer them on and make race day unforgettable. The Lincoln Marathon and Half Marathon, your finish line is waiting. Register now at lincolnmarathon.org.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Spring has arrived, the temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Rashawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Out for Markinitis with an opening. Here he comes, Markinitis. He scores!
The 2025 Clark Cup playoffs are here. Join us at the Icebox for all the excitement as the Stars try to bring home their third Clark Cup. Head to USHL.com for a look at the playoff picture and upcoming games. Purchase your tickets for home playoff games now at LincolnStars.com or by calling the box office at 402-474-7827.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Cloudy, breezy, and cool here for our Friday. We're only going to manage 57 for a high temperature, but with north wind gusts up around 30 miles an hour, it's going to make it feel that much cooler here today. Tonight, we're going to stay mostly cloudy down to 38 for a low. For Saturday, sunshine, a high of 62 before we bring in some rain on Easter Sunday. I'm meteorologist Aaron Dowden for 93.7 The Ticket and TicketFM.com.
You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and TicketFM.com.
Bach, is this Aerosmith or Run DMC?
Walk this way?
Which version comes to mind in your head?
Aerosmith for me. Which is, did they have the first? Did they make it first? I'm
Yes.
assuming, yeah.
Yeah. But the blending of rock and hip hop music go back to its origin. But this was one of the first statements out loud that this and Rockbox, that we need to put these two things can and should coexist. And so the video of Aerosmith and Run DMC together is one of the things that gave MTV all the juice. All the juice. Bach, the main event of the evening. Cody Rhodes, John Cena for the title. What happens and what's the why that happens? What's the what that happens after the final mat slap? Who celebrates and then what?
Boy, is it tough to tell. Cody Rhodes and John Cena. John Cena is claiming that if he wins this one, which would break the record, the tie that he currently has with Ric Flair for the all-time number of wins, championship belts in WWE, he's going to take it home. He's not going to allow anybody else to get it. He's retired. He's done. So it's kind of interesting to see this, see how it's going to go. I think because of that, kind of stipulation, Cody Rhodes almost has to win here. But it's the other players that are going to get involved, right? The Rock has to show up. He's got WrestleMania on his Twitter. I mean, just a little emoji on it.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of very squarely in the middle of this feud, so he's got to show up. And then how do you kind of combat that? I think that Randy Orton will come out. We believe on Cody Rhodes' side, but remember, Rock has been holding up 3 for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think him, John Cena, and Randy Orton is the third. Punts Cody Rhodes, turns on him. But then I still have to do some math to figure out how Cody Rhodes ends up winning this thing, because I have a hard time believing that they wouldn't put Cody over here in this moment. It's kind of the old, it's kind of how they do it in wrestling, right? The guy that's the current star has to be given the baton from the previous generation star.
What if Cena flips?
Turns again?
What if he goes face against The Rock?
Hmm.
Because he wins, you give him the strap, and Cena goes, "I'm going home," and Rock goes, "No, you can't."
Yeah, I would be excited for that. Yeah, Cena Rock.
But you pointed out the promo for St. Louis is Randy Orton.
Yeah,
with a bunch of snakes.
The voices inside his head have been coming back.
Yeah. Somebody's getting punted on. It's going to be. I just hope there's a surprise visitor, a surprise guest. That's what I want. I want somebody. I mean, and I'm counting Solo already there.
Yeah.
So I need somebody else.
Well, that's the thing. Last year, the one thing I think could have made last year better instead of the dong hitting was Stone Cold's glass. If Rock and Stone Cold ever have another face-off or at opposite ends, and it could happen here, that brings every wrestling fan back from the Attitude Era. Taker could be involved.
All right, I'm looking forward to it, Bach. It's going to be a great weekend. Nuclear Heat Sunday night. You'll break it down, man. You'll break it down. Are you just gonna do a live talk around?
Well, we'll see.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'll have to wait. I have to talk to you about it actually because there's no other programming that night. Yeah, so we're closed.
We're closed.
There's not much I can do.
We'll do it Monday. Do it Monday. Don't go anywhere. Bud Crawford joins the Captain Show. The Black Shirt Bach. It's gonna be the fastest 2 hours in all of sports radio history, at least in Lincoln.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment.